Welcome, guys. Welcome. We're back with Distant Worlds 2. I sort of I just woke up thinking about it, thinking, oh, I want to play that game. Keep on playing. I know that I'm really trying to sort of limit myself to about once or twice a week at most, but I just can't stop playing. I mean, we are on the cusp of the Artux and WEKKARUS DLC coming out, and I didn't feel like I played enough of the WEKKARUS yesterday to expand the where we are. I'm really hoping for a dangerous faction fairly close by. I guess we'll find out today, hopefully. I've only got 2 hours. Let's just go and continue the game. So playing as a WEKKARUS, yesterday's stream we sort of did a lot of different things with it. We've got the humans nearby. We've got somebody else on the far side. I don't want to start again in terms of if there isn't a great threat nearby, but I'm guessing we'll I'm hoping that we end up with some sort of nastiness in the neighbours. We don't know what's over here yet, for example, so there could be sort of something there. Could be something in the middle as well. So we're just on the outer rim at the moment. We do have pirate ships which we do need to destroy. Now is that? Oh, there we go. There we are. That's what we were looking for. So this is the Sinister Buck. Oh, these are our friends. Okay, well, that's not what we're looking for in that case. So these are the friendly pirates, not the nasty ones. We've got the evil mercenaries as well somewhere. We don't know where they are. These are Quamino class, and then we've got the Fire Network. I'm sort of like this was the second one that we came across. And I'm actually interested in this because if we end up with Boscara faction nearby, that's going to be very, very cool. I could cheat and have a quick look to see. Actually, I might cheat to see who's in the game, just to see if it's because if it's not going to be viable in terms of the enemies, we may sort of have to start again. But we'll see how we go. Silent Hunter saying, "Hey Dad, sorry I couldn't catch the stream last time. How have the new factions been so far? Always loved playing Distant Worlds 2, and I've been in love with the different factions so far." And Voxter's also saying hi. Yeah, look, the factions are awesome. They are absolutely awesome. It's and it's sort of, and I don't just say that lightly because I really wasn't interested in playing the Artux even slightly, and I've got to say that I'll show you actually. They're quite engaging, and they're engaging to play. They're fairly different. They've got ships that blow up in space and stuff like that, but they do play very thematically, and so I don't mind them, which is actually more than my original thinking, what the hell, why bother with the Artux as a to develop them up. But the actual ship designs look incredible. They're probably my favourite ship designs of the whole game, to be honest. If I go and load in, where do we have the Artux? This one here. If I just go and load this one in. So this was an Artux playthrough, and they're in space. These ones aren't, I don't think. But the ship designs just look incredible, and this is only just like a small portion. There we go. That's one of their spaceports as an example. Just looks really, really interesting in terms of the like a bit of stuff all over the place. Very Artukish, the way it sort of does look. But then look at the actual ships themselves. This is a patrol escort. So this is just a little escort, but it's very much Futurama, Buck Rogers. Just looks beautiful. Like these are amazing ship designs. They just look great. So anyway, that's the Artux. Just looks fantastic. So even just from a visual perspective, they're interesting to play, like just from that immersion factor. So so I've been really liking this another patroller. Just trying to find something a bit different. That's a torpedo frigate. So this is a bigger ship than what we saw there before, but they just look beautiful. The actual ships themselves, they've done a really good job of this, and then the way they play is extremely unique. So it's so they're good, really, really good. And the WEKKARUS, which we're going to be continue on playing, and you can see there we've got like different events come up with the Artux. They've got a very, very unique way of playing, and even the way that they then have their victory conditions is also extremely unique. It's it comes. They've got like 7 different directions or focuses that they have at different times, and they only focus on one thing at a time. So it's quite unique playing as the Artooks. So I do eat my words. My fears are dispelled very much so with the Artooks. My least favourite faction is still the Teekans. And in this case, if I just go back and load the game that I'm currently playing with, the WEKKARUS. The WEKKARUS are a really interesting faction as well. Now, at the moment, I've got ships all over the place. They're coming back in. They're also in hyperspace. So I've got all three fleets, unfortunately, are all sort of moving around. But the actual, what's it called? The impulse drives and the impulse speed of the WEKKARUS ships is really unparalleled. They're incredibly good. Yeah, so Silent Hunter's saying certainly not wrong. They look fantastic, future armor, and a bit of that Naboo look from Star Wars as well, from the looks of it. I'd read a little bit about the whole direction, and they seem lovely. It's an interesting faction, very, very interesting faction. But the WEKKARUS, I've got to say, I really love, and I love it for the just for what it brings, in terms of the actual ships. The uniqueness about the ships for the WEKKARUS is in their performance, and also in their weaponry. The wave weaponry is incredibly good, amazingly strong. So these are going to be. I'm just looking for a pirate. Actually, there we go. No, that's the spaceport. I can't find where the pirates are that have been raiding us. They've got to be close. So yeah, we're just looking to sort of see what we can find. Anyway, let's just continue on and see how we go. Yeah, Muzzle Paint saying, I love this Distant Worlds content dump. Day after day makes a month straight of Distant Worlds 2. I was really worrying about it. I was thinking, oh, that's 3 days in a row. And I don't mind doing that with Twitch, but with YouTube, quite often it's it can be very negative for my channel in YouTube. So I was almost not going to stream to YouTube today, but then I thought, no, look, I'll still keep on going. We'll keep on going. We don't really care about the health of the channel when we've got good games to play. I was thinking of trying to play something different, but no, we're going to be playing more Distant Worlds, and we're playing more. Like next week, we'll be playing a lot of Distant Worlds because that's when the DLC does release. Anyway, let's just unpause. So in this instance, we're still just trying to get through our initial hyperdrive technology. Still got 4 and a bit years for that one. We're trying to find different. If we have a look at the research, yeah, maximum potential research is now 146. Actual research is 114. We've got 3 spaceports, which give us a little bit, but we do actually have 2 stations which are doing a lot. Now, we'll send this one in to assign that mission to go and hunt down more pirates. Our agent has evaded detection after successfully carrying out the mission to seal the territory map of the Brisbane Serenity Refuge. Okay, this is good. Now, this is, they're way over here, and they've got plagues on at the moment. All right, so we know where they are. We don't know where the humans are. In that case, we'll just quickly go to our units here. We do actually have, so Daganta Hutan is our ambassador. So we'll just put him on manual and change him to go to Brisbane 2. Transfer to the new location. So he'll be there in 2661. So a few years away. It's a long distance. All right, let's continue on. We've also got a plague on our location as well. The plagues are too prevalent, I think, in the game. There's more and more ships coming in here. And so these are from the Fire Network. We can't figure out where they're from. That's also from the Fire Network. That's a resort base. The resort base will be able to protect itself for a little while it waits for our ships to arrive. The ships that we actually have, there we go. We've got The Mutarov plague strikes Dudri 3 of our colony Feroci in the ESOS system. Oh, spread from Dudri 3. Alright, just missed that one. So we have a different plague there now. Yeah, the plagues are annoying, actually. They are annoying. Okay, while salvaging a bulkhead, okay, we picked up some treasure. And we found another, just a scenery location. So let's watch as our ships arrive. And I'll maybe just quickly go through why our ships are so damn good. So we're finding different things now, which is good. Come on, where are you? We've come into a different location. Now they're now moving off into the new location. What we have is our defence fleets are just 6 ships. 3 of the pulse frigates that we've got, and on board we do actually have Admiral Okuru Piaru. We don't actually have anyone that's claimed that is naming him. Hi Klingzok, how are you going? Then we've got the this one through here. This is a heavy escort. That's all we need with our ships, and you'll sort of see there the speed, 128. This is unheard of. These ones are 132 maximum speed. So this is amazingly fast. So our ships are really, really quick, quicker than any other ship I can remember playing with in the game. To be honest, in this early part of the game. Anyway, let's close the gap and protect this one here. Now we have like these pulse waves which actually do a lot of damage. Like that one's already damaged that particular ship. This one's still coming in with full shielding. So just the resort base alone has done a lot of work here. Evil mercenaries, says Klingzov. I see the marketing executive was absent that day. So that one's escaped, and bang, we're already hitting this one and getting everything through. We've also then got another of these heavy escort designs, and so it's also trying to now escape because the damage has gone through and damaged weapons and defenses straight away. So you can see how powerful the weaponry is that we actually have. Now these guys should be still jumping. Yeah, they're still trying to jump across to protect this particular zone. That one's also jumping out just to refuel. This one's going to Classid, which is a moon. So we can't find out where they're going beyond this. This is Classid here, a Kydian colony. And maybe we need to take this one out. There's the evil mercenaries. Speak of the devil. Okay, so they're coming in to keep on refueling here. You know, I think we might take these. What do they think of us? God, you know, it's not terrible. This is one that we could actually be friendly with. I mean, that's the approach that we're taking with them. All right, let's befriend this one. Let's not go all out. If we go to the new colonies and go to what we can do, yeah, it's within range. So we have a range of 150 is our colonization range. So I will actually go and offer them gifts all the time, I think, when we do have the money. But if we just go and press the Alt key, we then get the display distances. I can then click on Drake and just see where we are. Yeah, we're just inside the limit. That's the limit of where we can colonize. But we can colonize to there. And then once we get there, then it's going to open up these areas. So if we then press the Alt key again, click on Dido. Yeah, and we can actually get all the way out to all of the systems in there as well for colonization. This was the only potential colony that we actually have. But in the meantime, I think that what we might do is go back in and actually open back up the gifts. So if we go into diplomacy, offering gifts, I'm going to put that one back to suggestion. So we've got a suggestion in through there to give them gifts. We'll go and do that one right now, actually. And we'll start to try to become more friendly with them. We'll speak with them. Send a gift. Send a big gift. Actually, no, we'll send a medium. Here we are. So we've given them some money. So we can't do that now for a period of time. And new mining station completed. That's good. And I'll just ramp up the speed. Now the third is moving back. The second is still hovering around. I might even leave this with this being the home base for it, actually. Okay, these are now moving in against a pirate. Its name is Capture Cast. Oh, hang on. It's trying to capture the Castanar, which is this one here. I thought, how did it get that name? That's its role. So it's actually doing damage. This is a big. I'll just slow it down a little bit, just in normal speed. But this is from the Fire Network again as well. This is a fleet frigate, and so it's trying to capture the Castanar. It's trying to get the shielding down. But our ships, you can see, are already doing damage here. So we're already sort of really trying to sort of break through the actual shielding. No other damage has been done yet, but this will happen pretty quickly. I'll just do it to half speed, and we'll just sort of see what's in play with the various ships that we actually have. And so our frigates look a bit like destroyers. Like they sort of they really sorry, not destroyers. They look a little bit like scorpions. And then these have also then got a bit of a tail to them as well. In fact, I've sort of got it down to the angle that I have is not really going to be all that helpful. But anyway, if we just go and have a look, the heavy escorts, we'll just start there. These have just got two medium pulse wave cannons, and so they're using both of these sort of weapons. These do 20 damage when they hit at close range. They've got an accuracy of 80%, but by default. The range is long at 1200. And they also have an armor bypass of plus 50. So once we break through the shielding, the armor then is going to not be able to protect the enemy ships. And so they're coming in now to attack this one. Then we have our pulse frigates. We've got 3 of those in this group. These use a large pulse wave cannon, which does 40 damage. It's also got a sentinel beam as well there, just to as an intercept weapon, as a point defense, and also an iron cannon to try to disable. So we're going to be trying to disable the ships as they come through. The rest of the fleet is a bit more spread out, but the others are coming in close. Let's just watch what happens. Now the range, I'll just maybe show you item by item. This one here is now firing its sentinel beam. So the sentinel beam, and it's targeting the torpedoes that are being fired from this the Tenali design. So it's got plasma blasters, which is a uniquely Boscaran weapon. It's got Epsilon torpedoes, which are firing from the rear. So it's got a medium torpedo tube there. And the shots per volley, there's 2 shots for the Epsilon torpedoes. And so they are actually firing 2 shots there, which is what we're seeing in space. And they also then they're pretty bad against shields, but they also have an armor bypass. And same with the blasters. These have also got an armor bypass as well. So the armor bypass, sorry, the plasma blaster is on the front. It does have a sentinel point defense on the side there as well. But yeah, so that's the actual pirate ship. Let's go and exit. So the point defense is now trying to damage the torpedoes, the energy torpedoes as they come through. Hi Tenru and Bjolf and Jord. Can you also land troops? Can also land troops. Yes. So this one here, again, has got assault pods on board, and so these have got assault strength of 75, and so they will then try to take over our ship. They'll fight our crew. We don't have any sort of marines on board our ships, but they have assault pods, so they're going to be trying to capture our ship using that assault pod. Anyway, let's continue on. So at the moment, that's an iron cannon shot. that's now come in, and we're trying to close the gap here with our frigates as much as we possibly can. But see how this one is diminishing in size? We are hitting it, and it will diminish. This one here is still full strength. And even when it hits, this first one won't hit all that strongly. Yeah, we're missing with the iron cannons, unfortunately. So if we have a look at the Castanar, and we just sort of see we're down to 328. Let's just watch what happens when this torpedo hits. So it hit us then, and it went from 328 to 317, which is not a real lot of power. And again, if we have a quick look and see what's going on here with the fleet frigate, those torpedoes at close range are supposed to do about 40 damage, but it didn't do 40 damage, and that's because the point defense weapon damaged it a lot. But there's hardly been any damage done back to this one here coming in. So what we'll see is, if we go back to the Castanar, we should sort of see if it actually hits the shielding may drop by around about 40. Yeah, it hit it again. And so the Castanar, just quickly go back to the Castanar. Where is the Castanar? Now that one there actually bled through our, like it bypassed our shields altogether. Our shields have got a, you can see it through there, shield penetration chance of 20%. And so in this case, there's a 1 in 5 chance that a shot will actually completely miss the shields, and that's what happened in this instance. And so it then got through, and let's just say it had 40 power by the time it was going to hit us. 50% of that damage goes through to the next layer. That next layer is the 20% that we sort of see. Sorry, the 50% of 20. Sorry, 50% of 40 should be about 20, and so we should see about 20 damage done to the armor. But then there's also an armor bypass, and they may have changed the way that one works, because I'm noticing that it's not really. Actually, this is the Castanar through here. Oh yeah, no, this is working. Yeah, it is working. So if we have a bit of a look to see what actually happened there. So it's gone down by, and I don't know what the full armor rating was, but let's just say we've lost around about, say, 20 on our armor. So that's why it's down to 38. I forget what it was before. In fact, we can sort of tell just by looking at this. Standard armor, it's usually 50. And so, yeah, so we're looking at basically 22 points, which is half the damage from that torpedo has actually now gone through onto our armor. And also there's a plus 30% bleed through rate, and it's actually bled straight through onto our large wave cannon and done damage to it as well, the pulse wave cannon. And so the pulse wave cannon has also now taken damage because of the armor bypass of that torpedo. If we just go back to the pirate ship again, if I can grab it, yeah, the Knight of Kepler. So the torpedo, you'll see there, it's poor against shields, but it's got a plus 40% against armor bypass, which means that an extra 40% essentially will then go through and go past the armor that it's just damaged, and then do some damage on the internals. And in our case, it did damage to the main weapon of the Castanar. So the Castanar has now actually taken damage, and may now try to escape from the actual fight itself. The Humble Slug is in here with the Admiral on board. Let's just continue on, but we'll have a look at it from maybe this perspective of the pirate ship, if I can grab it. Can't really sort of get it there. That's okay. It's all very congested. Looking through. Here comes a whole lot of pulse cannons firing at it now from the other ships. And you can see there, its shielding has now been completely stripped away, and we're now doing damage into the actual ship itself. So we're now starting to damage the hull. And you can see there, it's actually now trying to escape, but we are smashing this thing. So we've done like damage to 2 of its weapons, one of its defences. Just keep it going. Here comes an iron cannon shot, which may disable it. Yep, the iron cannon hit. So it's the iron cannon. If we have a look across, nothing was disabled. All of its weapons are down now. We are now hitting it with the sentinel beams. So we've got a sentinel beam coming here from the Castanar. It doesn't have. It still won't have its large pulse cannon, so it's just going to have to do what it can do. These other ships are now coming into range, and firing their pulse cannons at it. We have to try to do enough damage to it to stop it from being able to escape. Missed. So we've got lots and lots of pulse cannons now coming back in. Hyperdrive is now offline. So one of those pulse cannons has actually bled through the armor and done damage to the internals. And the internals that it's done damage to is fuel cells and the Jerex hyperdrive. This is down to 64%. This thing won't escape now. So we've now got it. Ion cannons are missing. And if we had assault pods, we'd be able to then land on it. So it's down to just 12%. There we go. So that's a good one for us. So we've sort of done some damage there. I'll just leave the debris in space. That will be okay. And we'll just go and make this one. So this is the second. I'm just going to make this the home base. So we'll operate from here. So that's good. We have to sort of get these pirates down a little bit. There's more plagues sort of coming through, which are annoying, which are very, very annoying. Particularly for us, because we don't really have a very good. We don't grow our population very quickly. Diamond saying, is your ship ramming them? No, it just clips through. There's no ramming. Muzzle Pain saying, I'm alerted every time you go live on YouTube, so it actually draws me to your channel. Oh, that's good. That's good. So I'll have to say, fantastic. Let's watch and hope that you get some conflicts with that wave weaponry. We will with pirates. I'm just going to go and double the speed up. I'm trying to weaken the pirates, and then I'm going to try to take them on using maybe even 2 or even 3 of our fleets. So, yeah, no, it's all sort of working fairly well. Boxer saying, I've been playing as the Actarians, getting a feel for the game. I have Xenox to my north trying to steal my tech. Yeah, yeah. Oh, here we go. New general has appeared. Yeah, the Actarians are great. Focus, if you're playing as the Actarians, focus on your small craft, like on the fighters and bombers, because they really excel with that. They have a lot of bonuses, a lot of benefits with playing that way. But for us, it's this pulse weaponry is the big advantage, plus the speed that we have with our ships. Our ships will really be able to close gaps very, very quickly. I might buy the next thing that we want. Now, do we want to go down all the way down to get the cure? So the Hecatros fever. It's going to take too long to get these. Planetary governance. I always like getting this one. We've got a lot of corruption in our empire. We're playing as a monarchy, and so getting the planetary governance is going to be very, very helpful. There's a mysterious plague down the bottom there as well, which I won't worry about. And we still can't get long-range sensors yet. We'll be wanting to get that eventually. Anyway, let's just exit research. That at least queues up something for once we do get the faster hyperdrives. Yeah, Gravelex crystals back over there. Looks like we've got our constructor. Damn, the humans got there before us. So the humans have got hold of this particular station, which is a long range. Now I'm going to talk with the humans if I can. Human coalition, because this is inside our territory, so we should have access to it. This is ours. Negotiate a deal. Yeah, I want this station. 79,000. I can't really afford it. And I don't want to be giving them The actually, we do have the enhanced troop there. Well, unfortunately, they've got the long-range scanner from that particular location, and I really wanted that for myself. I will get it eventually. I will get it. I'm not going to destroy it. I'm just going to eventually trade for it once we've got something worth trading. Now we're coming out to build at the Chirikov station, so we'll end up with this one. So is it the Akdarians that get a hangar on their frigate, says Klingzog? Yes, pretty much. And hi, Heathron, how you going? And Klingzog's saying they'll probably send spies sooner or later, which we can capture and sell back to them. We didn't capture any yet, have we? Because we're good at that. Oh, we've got the second one, actually. This is, because Klingzog, you wanted a spy as well. They're trying to steal research information on fusion ignition from the evil mercenaries. Alright, so this will be Klingzog. I should just double check all of the different units that we actually have. I've got if you're watching on YouTube, unfortunately I can't redeem the names, so the Klingzog's there. So that one has been done. Now I've got 2 refuelers and a general. So I will actually get Korosami with that general that we've got as well. These were okay. That's that one done. So we got those there. So Klingzog is off doing a spying mission at this point in time, and so we're trying to Mad Menon's trying to get the regenerating hull splinters from the WEKKARU, and Klingzog is off actually targeting the evil mercenaries to try to get fusion ignition, which would be pretty cool if we can get hold of those. Let's just go on Alt Tab and bring up the redemptions. Okay, so we've got Korosami has been done. Tenru also wanted a fuel tanker, so we need 2 of those. We did the Humble Slug. We did Battle Mode, Vinyl Rabbit, and Tiny Mutant Squid. I don't know did we do Vinyl Rabbit. If I didn't do it, I apologise, because that's... If I just go back into here, I've got Kasnar, Began, Beowulf. If I just go back down to frigates... Orangutans, Beowulf... So we've got Began, Beowulf, Orangutans, Humble Slug. Yeah, I'm sorry, I missed the other one. Well, we will eventually get another one, so I'll make sure that the next frigate that we get is going to be will be named after Vinyl Rabbit. So my apologies for that one, because it looks like I skipped over Voxter a spy. Yeah, okay, so we'll get Voxter in as well. Tiny Mutant Squid. So I skipped over there. We will have more. In fact, we'll fairly soon, when we find a pirate base, I'm going to be ramping up the first fleet and making them into something a bit more substantial. Hi, Montator TV, how you going there? So 76% looking good, but not immediately get banned, says Klingzog. We do have some bonuses. The bonuses we have. So yeah, I'm sorry, Final Rabbit, if you're in watching. I missed your redemption yesterday, but we'll keep the others there, and we'll just come back and redeem those a little bit later on. So I do need to get a couple of... what I might do is I might actually just go and have a quick look at the fuel tankers. Okay, we've got 2 there, so I can actually name both of these. So this was the PS 359. So I didn't realise that I'd already built these, and the Honest Chance is going to become the Tenru. All right, so they've both been named. So we've got the different refuelers now working around the place. So yeah, that's. I'll just go back to all ships again. So they're done. I'll just tick them off as well. So we're really just looking for a new spy when one comes, and a new frigate for Vinyl Rabbit when we get one of those as well. Okay, so we'll continue on. This is all going very, very well. And we're trying to find where the pirates are. As soon as we find like an actual enemy pirate base, we will then go and become a little bit more aggressive. So quick look and see how we're going with the independent colony. So they're now +2. Now we're going to need to start to save up some money as well. Oh, here we go. It's evaded detection after successfully carrying out their mission to steal research information on fusion ignition, which is awesome. So Klingzog is back. Yeah, we haven't found any prisoners yet. We will. Well, they're going off. They're going crazy here, trying to get this these techs. Here we go. Here we go. So Matt Menon has come back and has actually now completed this one here. So regenerating hull splinters research. So this is pretty cool. It gives us, it provides the following advances: splinter pods, and so this is we can actually now get better assault pods because we've now stolen this particular research. I'll just dismiss that, and Menon is back. All right, so our spies are quite good with what we actually end up having. We're a little bit of a Cthulhu nation where we sort of end up with sort of ghost things as well. Is that a tech from a DLC? I don't think I've seen that before. Yes, it is. It is from the Ikaru DLC, the Ikaru DLC, and if we have a bit of a look at it, we will just go down and find it here. There it is. So we've got shipboarding, which gives us the normal assault pod, but the Ikaru themselves have got these regenerating hull splinters, which is a different type of assault pod. It's still the same size. Boarding the assault strength 75. If we do a bit of a comparison, this one has got a 75 assault strength as well. The boarding range of 1,000. This one's got a boarding range of 1,500. The energy is the same. The assault speed is higher for these, so they can't use point defense weapons as effectively against them. Shield penetration 50. Shield penetration of 75, so it can actually do a bit more with shields. Launch rate for invasions is 20 seconds. And launch rate for boarding is 300 seconds. These are 2,300, yes, the same in through there. And they do actually have an iron defense of 1. These ones also have an iron defense of 1. So they're not dramatically different, but they do have a bit of a better range. So they're just it's a slightly better boarding facility. So it's not fantastic, but it's not bad either. So actually, what's secure caves? This is defensive caverns can only be built at deep ocean colonies. We do we get any other bonuses? We only get the defense bonuses. So I don't think I'm going to worry too much about this one. Actually, it's already completed those particular caverns, so that's unique for us. I really want the long range scanners. That's what I'm looking for. Anyway, let's continue on. All right, they're coming across the hive. Here we go. So we'll just go and assign mission. Complete construction of abandoned base, the Chukov 1. We're going to assign that mission, which is down here. And so we already have, we've got a constructor there building a research station. And we do want to be getting this, but we also want to be picking up all of the loot that's in here. There's a lot of good loot there. Thanks, Lord Zon is gifting the different subs, so very, very much appreciated there. So that's fantastic. Thanks for that. Yeah, much appreciated. Our scouts are finally getting out now to these other locations, which is where we think that but we're sort of running out of fuel here. So it's going to be tricky until we can get a refueling station out this way somewhere. Let's just see if we can get one. Just tell them to build Caslon. We've got a lot of Caslon out and about. We don't have any Caslon in here. That's the closest we can get Caslon, but we don't actually control that location. That's the pirates. We do have military refueling with those pirates. We need to find more Caslon out this way. Yeah, we haven't found everything there, but there's not going to be any fuel there. It's all unexplored. So anyway, it's yeah, and thank you, Lord Zon. Very, very much appreciated. Oh, sorry, I'm on pause. Come on, we need to get going. I think I'm going to, I don't know which mod it is that puts these real names in, but I don't like it. It's not immersive, and so I'm going to have to try to figure out which mod it is that's actually making the system names into into our planetary names. So I'm going to whatever mod that is. I've got a couple of naming mods in there, so I think I'll actually turn that, whichever one that is. I'm going to turn it off. Because it does sort of like Arabia and things like that. It just doesn't really. It's not immersive. Assign the 3rd Defence Force to investigate. Yes, go and do that one. Oh, here we go. So we've now found what really will be an enemy, but they're a long, long way away. So they're way over here. So this is the surveillance oligarchy is back out that way, making more discoveries. Now this is at Tyrion 1, the Tyrion system. So this is a forest planet. Yeah, the WEKKARUS, we can settle there if we had to. Just dismiss that one. Then Deirdre 1, we're finding hidden items, so scenery. And we've also found this as well. The Dayots will become a big negative. Yep, so that's all okay. So nothing much else there. Boland saying, I keep watching DasTactic streams. I never play my galaxies. Help. So and Mortlands were found as well. This is good stuff as well. Yeah, so Klings are saying, yeah, some of the names are nice, but the ones pulled from fantasy / sci-fi series, but Brisbane and South China aren't good. Yeah, no, I agree 100%. I'm just not sure which mod it is that does that. It's too late now for this one through here to change things. But yeah, it is sort of it's getting in the way of, and I've noticed that a little bit lately. I've just been seeing more and more of those sorts of names, which aren't great. Yep, so that's okay. Not going to be able to do anything with that one. So just making more and more discoveries. Aha! Here we go. Here we go. No, is that it? No, it's not. It's another monitoring station. So we've got the monitoring station in through here. We have our scout ship this way. I'm just going to go and tell them to go and move to the monitoring station. All right, so we are under attack here. So this is the escort stealth of Drake. We'll come across this one here. Just go to show me. And so we actually do have the fight now going in around the resort base. Again with another pirate ship. This is trying to escape. It's already been damaged just by our ships. So our frigates, sorry, this is a heavy escort. Our heavy escorts really are fast at 128. It shouldn't make it. Got it. Our fleets are incredibly fast. They're incredibly strong. We've got like these WEKKARUS fleets are amazingly good. Where are they off to? Second are moving back for repairs, for whatever reason. Abandoned base encountered. We'll investigate. Just go to the location and then investigate. So this one, we've now received information back in through there. I won't worry about reading this one. So it's now come back in. This one here, we do need to send a repair party out across. We go to exploration, abandoned ships. Now there's a whole lot of other ships that we've actually now found. Where that is. Wow, that's a, where's that? Oh, that's nice. We found a graveyard. A big graveyard, actually. There's a troop transport. There's a carrier. That is the Scarlet Rage. Geez, there's heaps here. There is heaps. Scarlet Rage, we'll definitely repair that one. And so I am going to repair as many of the bigger ships here as I possibly can before it goes. A cruiser. This is the Desperate Master. Another cruiser there. That is the Dreadful Rebellion. Another carrier. God, this is unbelievable. Lamented Victory. I think we've got all this all to ourselves at the moment as well, which is awesome. What's that big ship in the middle there? Another big carrier. 3 carriers. This one is the Assured Fireclaw. There it is. Big troop transports as well. We'll eventually get them. There's another cruiser. That's the Merciless Sun. Just focus on those big ships to start with. So let's go back into our build order and get as many construction ships as we possibly can get. 5. I'll get 5. That'll be enough. Just purchase those. And then we'll start to clean up that ship graveyard. Well, that's worth fighting over. Keeping that all to ourselves. This is going to completely unbalance the game. This is what I mean. The game is beautifully unbalanced when you find these sorts of things. There's a new research station. That's good. So this one here, we've now built the Chirikov station, which is on the opposite side of this one, which we've got one of our constructors is coming through. Actually, this one is a constructor, which is actually picking up the loot, which is good. So it's actually now going to the computer core and picking up the loot that's in around this particular station. So we're picking up location maps. It's going for another computer core. Lots of loot in here. Silent Gambit, where's that? The Artorks have been encountered. Hopefully they're not near us. I mean, I sort of now want this all the stuff to ourselves. This is the Drake Research Center, which is going to be in our home system. Dismiss that. So that station is now done. That's good. So we're getting a lot more. There's the Artorks. We do need to try to find out where they were. And there's another research station. Where's that one? Oh, this is Chirikov. We've already got that one. I thought it was like we had like heaps more. This is going to make ours, like we're going to be able to really speed up our technology now with what we've got there. And so this ship it's better value for this constructor to be going around picking up the loot. So we'll allow it to do its thing. Yeah, that's going to be good. Yeah, there's another ship there. Oh, this is the ship graveyard. It's right in the middle of our, we control this, which is just awesome. It's great that we've sort of found that one. Boland's saying, I found the icons mod Daz mentioned last time. Refresh resources on. Yes, that's the one. So you've got that one through there. So me, myself, and I are saying, can't you refuel your explorer at the Indian colony, Dido? Yes, we can. Yeah, they will. They will do that one. Yeah, me, myself, and I are saying, abandoned ships, an upkeep cost trap. They are indeed, actually. That is very, very true. They are going to cost me a fortune to keep them, but we can also disassemble them. So a lot of them we'll send back for disassembly, particularly if we can't afford them. But you are right. That's going to really, really push our money in bad ways. What's on saying, are you able to mark systems with a custom pin or something to keep all this straight? No, no, you can't. I mean, the game presents information to you in different ways, and so you can you don't actually have a way of writing notes. It would be cool if you did. What have we got through there? There's more detailed maps of different locations, but it does become big, which is why the game is not really designed to be played where you manage everything. You just seem to just sort of keep track of what interests you. Actually, what's that one there? This is now another location, and we're seeing this is the Artux. Yeah, we've got an Artuk mining station there around this gas giant, which looks to be a refueler. Well, maybe the Artuks become our enemy. The Artuks maybe are in the core here. But no, you sort of like it's not super overwhelming when it does, even when things are happening. Like there's we're seeing a lot of things in here, but yeah, we'll have to just see what actually happens as we sort of play. As I say, at the time, like we know that ship graveyard. I thought it was down here, but it's actually up there. We'll just sort of play it and sort of see how we do go with it. So Beoff saying to Boland, a universe where only the Harkonish king rules, lesser races are given meaning by working at the benefit of their frog overlords. Could go old school, scribble a name on paper and use the new search function. Yeah, you could do it that way. But you can generally sort very easily. Like, let's just say, for example, that, hang on, I'll just go through all of this stuff. Propose a gift, you will offer that gift. New resource discovered. Following discovery, yep, that's okay. So we're discovering new resources in here, but only from salvaging. So this is just stuff, it's not as if we're finding a location for these. Discovery at Cherkov, yep, that's okay. And treasure recovered, so just some other loot. So they've accepted our gifts. Yeah, so money will become an issue once we start to clean this one out. Yes. We've now actually found Zentabia fluid. But this is not Zentabia. We haven't found a mine for Zentabia fluid. We've just got access to it from the looting this particular area. If we go and have a look at the ship that's doing the looting. So this particular carrier, you'll see there it's got like lots and lots of stuff now on board, and when we hover over it, the third last one is Zentabia fluid. There's only 11 tons of it, so it's just finding all of the loot there. So it'll still be helpful when it does get back home. Yeah, finding heaps of stuff. And this is going to, once we bring this back to our homeworld, it's going to really boost the homeworld up just for a short period of time. Okay, sorry guys, I'm missing something. So Baz is then saying, how long would you say each game lasts? Oh, it can last an awfully long time. I've never played any Distant Worlds game to completion, ever. Oh, yes I have. No, actually, I'll show you. You can play and win immediately, depending on what you do. So you can actually have an extremely short game, but it's not really a game in that sort of sense. So I don't think I've ever... I have played games to fruition where you win. The way it works, maybe I'll show this now actually. So invader detection, after successfully carrying out the mission, I'll just do that one, get rid of that one out of the way. The evil mercenaries, I'm going to be declining that one. We're destroying them at piecemeal anyway. So the way it works is we've got, like at the moment, we're aware of 5 factions. So we've got the Dayuts, the Mortallans, the Artuks, the Ikaru, and the humans. And so they're the, and there's us as well. So at the moment, there's 6 that we're aware of, but there's still other factions that we're not aware of yet, that we haven't discovered, haven't come across. If I go up to here, which is the victory conditions, we can then sort of see how we're going. And so the progress, the bar has been set to here. Now you can switch this bar right down to 50%, which means that once the coloured areas reach this line, whoever reaches that one first will win the game. And so that's the goal of it, is to sort of get to that point there. But when you set the game up, at the moment the victory threshold is 70% of the total amount. So you can bring that one back to say 60% or something like that to get a quicker game. The way it will work is that the different coloured systems that you see through here, blue is the economy. In fact, if I just hover over, for example, the Artuks. So you've got the economy, you've got population, and you've got territory. Now the Artuks we can assume are going to be very, very populous in the game, so they're going to be expanding very, very quickly. So we can see that the green bar is going to extend pretty quickly. And so the target is to control 75% of the galaxy's population, and so 25% of the total line through here can be applied by using that target of 75% of the population. So at the moment, they've got 4% of the 25% that makes up that bar. Same with their economy. So the Empire's private economy generates 75% of the galactic total. And so all these things sort of then kick in to give us the actual score. Territory is also the number of colonies. So that's the yellow. So the Artuks, you can see, have got like a lot of colonies, but their victory objectives, their specific objectives just for them, they're on 0%. They haven't got any of those that make up anything. If we have a look and see who the leader is, which is the Dayuts. So the Dayuts, again, economy is 3%, 5% for the population. So they must be controlling, because they're a slow growing population. They may have started with a lot. Territory, so they've got a bit of territory there, but they also have very specific race conditions. So the Dayuts need to control their homeworld, and so they've got that one. And so it's a bit. I'll try to explain how this one works. The portion of the victory conditions is 25% of their total amount. So essentially, the red bar is worth up to 25%. To reach the 25%, they've got to try to maximise their victory conditions, or the other conditions as we see in the various settings. And again, you can change this when you start the game into all sorts of different ways to give better weighting to different things. But in this case, it's just 25%. So they've got 6% of that. 6% of that 25% has already been filled in. And the reason for that is that 25% of that victory conditions is controlled by by controlling the home world. So they've got all of that, 100% progress, which means that 25% of 25% is around about 6.25 or whatever it might be. And so that's why we're seeing the 6%, because they do control that one. They need to conquer 50% of their victory conditions will be through conquering the most enemy colonies, and they don't have any of those yet. And 25% is enslaving other races at your colonies. So they're trying to enslave the other populations as well. And so that's what their focus is. The humans are trying to get the most research, and at the moment they're doing very, very well with that one. You can see earn the most tourism income. They've got that one under control. They've got the most of that. Control 20% of all the continental colonies in the galaxy. So they've got 8% of the galaxy total. So they've got a little bit of the progress there. Most defense treaties, destroy the most enemy ships and bases, then you lose, and earn the highest amount of trade income. So they're geared towards trading. The Mortallans have the most experienced admiral in the galaxy. They've got that one with Admiral Yentor. They've got the most experienced general as well. They've got General Suntaj. So these are just their characters that they've got. Conquer the most enemy worlds, win at least 60% of our wars, and vassalize the most empires in the galaxy. So that's what their focus is on. The Artooks are unique. They've got like different directions, and they've met none of those objectives yet. So they'll be trying to meet these over time. The Ikaru have the most spaceports in the galaxy. They're 75% on the way to that one. The Artooks actually have more. So we can see there it's saying Artook oligarchy has actually got more spaceports. So the Artooks are the thing that's stopping them from getting all of their progress. Lose the fewest ships in the galaxy. They've got 33% of the way with that one there. Control the largest forest colonies in the galaxy. I think we may have that. Make free trade agreements with 30% of all empires in the galaxy, and build the Kolaros Medical Academy at a colony. So they're also looking for trade agreements. So they should befriend the humans, the way it's working. For us, you can see we started off way smaller than everyone else. And so it's going to be very hard for us to actually win the game, other than through conquest. But if we have a look and see what our victory conditions are, we need to lose the fewest colonies, so we need to defend our colonies. Control 25% of all the deep ocean colonies in the galaxy. We've got one deep ocean colony, which is 6% of the galactic total. So we're not doing all that well there just yet. But we will be trying to control them all. We need to capture foreign agents, and then we need to possess different artifacts, which we haven't found yet. So that will then sort of improve our victory conditions. But that's sort of how the game is won or lost. So it takes wars, it takes conquest, it takes a lot of things to actually end up winning the game. Or like the Artooks will be expanding rapidly in the core by the sounds of things. Hope that makes sense. Yeah, if I don't answer questions, please keep on asking. So Samurai Wolf is saying, want to buy this game, but it scares me. Okay, well, there's the capital for the humans. We've just found that as well. And it's probably more important that we actually befriend the humans rather than the Ikaru. I'm not sure. We'll have a look at that in just a minute. Okay, so the scariness aspect of the game. I will talk a little bit about that one. The game can be played like a fishbowl, where you're just watching fish, where you don't do anything at all. So you can actually play it with full automation and just watch what happens. And you do all this through when you do get the game. These are the major areas, in the interface. So the first one is essentially your empire. You've got the empire screen through there. You've got the diplomacy, characters, colonies, exploration, resources, ship construction, research, military, and then civilian. And a lot of these you don't really ever need to have a look at. But initially, when you're playing the game, you really want to make sure that you understand that in the Empire screen, you can then go across this policy settings, and you can, with the first one, advisors and automation, you can actually set what the level of automation is in the game. And by default, the default is to have a lot more, most things are going to be suggested to you, and they appear over here with yellow. If you've got this bar through here, suggest. So all of these different things are suggestions that the AI will make to me. So I can say yes or no. So I can play it that way. I can also just play it where everything is just completely automated, where they don't even bother me. And so I've got a few things set that way. It's on custom because I've gone to default and then customized a few settings. And so as things annoy me in the game, I just flick it onto either manual or automation. So, for example, at the moment, colonization is a suggestion. I need to have a lot more money before it will suggest this, but that will eventually kick in and hopefully will tell me, yep, look, it's time for us to go and settle this particular world. Actually, they've now got a virus there as well, and they're losing population. So Samurai Wolf is saying, so this is a simulation? Yes, think of it as a simulation. If you start with the mindset of it being a simulation, rather than like most other Space 4X's, which are more like a board game. This is more like a simulation, and you just happen to inject areas that you're interested in. So you can sort of do anything. Humble Slug is saying, "How's my ship doing?" It's doing well. So essentially, what I can do is I can go and play rule in absence, where where everything is automated. I don't even get notified on most things. There are still some notifications, but essentially, rule in absence just means I'm just watching an aquarium and I'm just watching the game play out. But I can do different things, and so as I'm playing the game, I'm finding I was getting annoyed by the usually get annoyed by the gifts, but in this case we want to be promoting the gifts. So I've turned that one back on. If I just go back down through the list, you'll see that most things are set to automation anyway, where I don't have to look after them. Crash research has been set to manual, and I probably will keep that one on manual at this stage. But I'm playing with this. Is the I'll go and go back to the default settings, just so we can sort of see them. I'll just go through what I then change. So there's hardly any changes because I'm just leaving most things on suggestion. Like the AI will make suggestions as different events come up. It's looking after my tax rates, my stock levels, my funding levels, automated. I don't even know what it's doing. It's just going to do it automatically for me. Not going to do anything at all. So Boland's saying Dad's doing gifts. I know, earth shattering. It is indeed. But this it doesn't even tell me. It just looks after that. It's not giving me suggestions. It's just doing it. Now, ship construction. At the moment, I've got it on suggest, and I do want that because I want to know if it thinks that I should get more explorers or something along those lines. If it becomes annoying, I'll flick that to manual, and then I'll just look after that myself. But at this stage, suggest is what I want there. Base construction, it is annoying for me whenever they say, can we build a mining station here or a mining station there? So that for me, I just switch that one to automatic once I've actually got the initial part of the game under control. And so just that's, I don't want them bugging me about what to build in terms of bases. So that becomes automatic. Research is on automatic, but I can override that. The other things that I usually put gifts back to manual, but in this case, because we're trying to take over this world, I've got it set to suggest. So it will make suggestions every so often to try to befriend this particular location, and so we'll be trying to sort of do that one through there. So in this case, all these are just suggestions with diplomacy. The thing I don't like is for the game to look after the fleets. So I put all of the fleet stuff on manual, and so I like looking after that myself, and so that's what we've actually then got. So I'll just place that one back through there. There's heaps of other stuff in here as well, like all sorts of different, some of these are copies of other things. Other things are settings for how things work. You don't really need to know unless you really want to tweak things. But I tend not to bother with them. But that one setting there is the key to not feeling overwhelmed, and then literally just wait for stuff to happen. So location maps, yeah, we've got stuff happening through here. New mining station completed. So I've left. Oh, this is the other thing too. You've got like a different degree of. This is your filtering for the different types of messages that are coming through, and so I've turned off some things. Like when a new military ship is constructed, I don't care. I don't need to know about that. So by default, you can see it's preset as custom. If I go back to default, all of these things get turned on, and it then is going to show me stuff like new construction ship completed, another construction ship completed, but I don't need to know that stuff. So I'm just turning those off, and I'm turning the new state ships constructed off. I've already ordered it, just build it, and don't bother me with it. And so that's just a way of also then just curating what you see as well. You get used to it pretty quickly. So Diamond is saying in YouTube stream it says you played Distant Worlds 1, and on Twitch it says Distant Worlds 2. So is it 1 or 2? I guess 2. It is 2. Did I say number 1? Did I? Hang on, just let me check this. Let me see what I've got. It's still Distant Worlds 2. There it is, Distant Worlds 2 there. No, that's okay. All right, we'll go back to it. So I didn't put the 2 on the end of it. So yeah, so Monka Strap saying so harder than Pong, but not War in the West. Yeah, it's not. It's not as it's an overwhelming game when you think you have to control everything. But when you're not when you're just letting the AI do its thing, and you can play, as I say, you can play the game in full automation, and just it'll just do everything itself. So you don't have to feel too overwhelmed with it. And I'm keeping tabs on a few different things. I do actually have my different fleets which have been established at different locations, so I'm looking after those. That's good. That's now ended. Second fleet back out here. It's now coming back out. Third fleet back in there will have to be refueled. So I tend to just use the fleets more than anything, and then I do control, when I see an opportunity, I just go and try to tell them to go and do something. But again, if the messages get annoying, you just turn them off. Lord Zon saying this is nothing compared to Shadow Empires. Yeah, Shadow Empires is up there with complexity, and it doesn't help you much. Now the Chikov station. Aha. So we now actually have a. This is still, we're still trying to. This is the research base, research station. We've got no one on board. Actually, this is 2% all research, which may take us over the limits now for the long-range scanners. Yeah, it does. We can now get long-range scanners because of this. So, yeah, that's good. That is good. All right, we'll flick that one in there as well. I'm in no rush to get that one, so we'll get planetary governance after we get the the hyperdrives. I can't do anything about this. This is just going to be raided, and they'll then steal things from us. Nothing we can do about this. Yeah, they've got pirates on board. Oh, here we go. So the mortal and military systems have invaded and taken over the sandy desert colony of Ickes in the Antwerp system. This colony has previously part of the Dayot surveillance. Okay, so they're actually at war. That's interesting. So, not sure where it all is, but we'll probably see much bigger fleets. So this is actually a dangerous part of the world. Yeah, look at this. This is actually the Ikaru. We've got Ikaru fleets raging out this way. So they're sort of, and these are large fleets. These are much larger than what I've got. They're operating from in here. This is a Dayot area, and the Dayots have now lost a planet which we're not even aware of, somewhere in here. From the Mortlans. The Mortlans must be over here somewhere. So they've taken over. There it is. That's the actual world there. So we're getting rumours now coming back through. So they've taken over that world there. Under attack, we've got that one, and we also have, yeah, it's under attack by two different pirate groups, which they'll attack each other as well, the pirate groups. They won't destroy that station, but it's yeah, not going to be great. We definitely need to get fuel from out in this location here somewhere. Now, in terms of the other bits and pieces with this, we've got what was I going to do? There's something else I was just going to do. I can't think of what it was. This one's losing population. There's nothing much we can do about this one. So it will be raided, unfortunately. What we don't want is a scientist on that location, because they will actually then capture the scientist and take it away with them. And we've only got one. If we have a quick look and see. If we go to the science tab. Yep, so we're at a particular station there. That's okay. So he's sort of deeper into our territory. See, that's him there. You can see the little dot. This is where things do become a bit easier, because it will highlight on the map where certain things are. New research locations, we don't even there. Research stations. These are all the different research stations that we have. around the place. So we've got a fair few of those. So as we look at different stuff, and even like with the resources, I am interested in getting more Caslon. And so these are the different Caslon planets. It's showing a Caslon planet in here now. All right, this is one that we definitely want to have. So we're going to... oh, it's already building a mining station there. So we already have a mining station being built at that location. That's a really good refueler. And we've now found another one down here as well in the Chirion system. And this may be our target. Yeah, it's beyond our range for now. Until we get the other refueling station, this is a little bit out of the way. But it is actually, I'm expecting that we'll find the, there should be a base here, pirate base. And we're going to have to go after this one here. This is the Red Battle. What is this one? Is it? Oh, it's an abandoned escort. Okay. That might be interesting as well. So we're still scouting out this area. So we have our ship there. Anyway, that's fine. Just leave that one where that is. But so it's in one sense the game is not overwhelming when you start to just look at the small things, and really at the end of the day you tend to just be looking after one or two fleets. But you can play it all sorts of different ways. Get them raided our base. Looted the following, improved our understanding of WEKKARUS fever cure. I'm not sure how we got that. Must have found it in the loot. Abandoned ship encountered in Gralia. So we're now going to be. We're just going to have to investigate all of these as we come through. The debris field discovered. We already saw that one there before. Dismiss. Now they're wanting a I'll accept this treaty with them. Abandoned ship encountered. These are Boscaran ships. We're going to find a lot of these just as we get there. So this is actually a Boscaran battlefield. So if we have a bit of a look, we should now be able to see what we're dealing with. This one is going to be coming in to build the Scarlet Rage, which is this big cruise, this big carrier. It's got Accelerose engines, got heaps of stuff. Lance missiles, Durasian shockwaves. There's big things in here. Medium starfighter bays. I mean, this is a massive ship, but it is Boscaran. A lost Boscaran. Yeah, we're going to get lots of these messages as we get closer. Just going to grab myself a drink of water. I'm going to be right back. There we go. What have we got? New ambassador has appeared. Okay, well that's good. And we also then have a new spies appeared as well. Pinsy. Pinsy's a spy. I'm just like saying, building those constructors to repair those ships. Yeah, I've built 5 new constructors for that. So there's going to be a lot of constructors heading out that way. But as was mentioned before, it's going to absolutely tank my my money because we're going to be paying money for each of those ships. So we'll probably pull most of them apart and just keep a few of them. So we'll pull them apart for the research, so we can try to get a bit of head in research. So it's now under construction. It's going to take forever to construct these as well. I could even start to just get some of the smaller ones and just bring them back for to be pulled apart. At least so we've got like a constant stream. I might just do that. If I just go to exploration, go to abandoned bases, I'll just go to the top. Red Battle is, that's the escort that's back over there. Monitoring facility. I do want to repair that one. The Fatal Fist is just a heavy escort. Let's go and do that one as well. So just get a fair few of these now queued up. Yep, so Tenor is saying, I find Shadow Empire way more intuitive compared to Distant Worlds 2. It gives a more feeling of control compared to Distant Worlds 2. Plus, you can choose your borders. Yes, in Shadow Empire. Well, you close your borders. Yes, you can. And it's sort of like, yeah, this is open space. Everything is sort of open space. Now, the humans, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to send the other ambassador. So we've got this ambassador here. I'm just going to make that one manually controlled and send it to a Filiga back and through here. Transfer. And so the ambassadors will then start to also make these neighbours a little bit friendlier. You're finding heaps. They'll keep on doing this until we get all of them. So it's just the initial. You can see there's a lot of constructors now working their way out towards the ship graveyard. Having a ship graveyard all to yourself like this is a real big advantage. I'm now starting to think whether I should build so many of these in one go. I've got to find where those pirates are. It's now moving to the red battle, which is down here. So it's now just moving off. Hang on, investigate, dismiss. So we'll now investigate this ship. Abandoned carrier, investigate, dismiss. And so this one will investigate this particular ship. This will be a bit different again. All these other ones are just the ship graveyard. And when this one gets close enough, it will then check out this particular abandoned ship. It could be a pirate ambush. Probably is. And again, I don't have to be looking at this. It's just what I'm choosing to look at. This is it now. So we will now investigate. And research breakthrough. Here we go. So we've investigated an abandoned escort, the Red Battle. It's heavily damaged and currently inoperable. However, we could acquire it by sending a construction ship. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. And we found technology that's given us a research breakthrough in restrictive tractor beams on this particular ship. So we'll dismiss that message. And we actually got it. We actually got these. This is a tractor beam research that was now completed. So this project provides the following advances: constrictor beams. So if we wanted to, we could now start to build ships with those beams on board. So if we go back up to where the tractor beams are, and you get used to where things are to a degree, you can actually use these. Like you go from weapons, troops, reactors. So it should be up in the weapons. If I go and click up in weapons, we should find those tractor beams. There it is. You know, so yeah, this is actually this is one that's just unique to us. These constrictor beams. So these are beams that only like our faction actually has access to. So we just happen to find research for those. Not that I really want to be using them. They're size 15, so these are really only for bigger ships. So that's something that, but that's actually where they are, just at the in the middle there of the various weapons. Just exit research. So we're at 79% there. And I won't, this one here will then just go off and find another mission to do, exploring an unknown star. God, I wish we could get this. So we're getting closer and closer with everything that's happening back up in this this ship graveyard. Different constructors now working their way through. As we get close to each one of them, we're just triggering the fact that we're finding out more about them. And so the construction ships that we've got in here now are just going crazy. Proxima. Okay, we've got a mission over here. There's been a pirate ship. Yeah, here it comes. It's the evil mercenaries. Okay, we've had a detection. Okay, we now know where the Artuks are. This will be interesting. Yeah, so they're core, and they're really expanding very, very quickly. That's what they do. They're a plague upon the galaxy. There's heaps of them. So we now actually have their territory map. Got sonic virus ends, that's good. More pirates coming in. These are the other pirates, the Fire Network. And too late. Too late, guys. It's over and done with by the time they get there. Yep, so we've got that one as well. So we'll quick look at the spies. So we've got a few counterintelligence now, which I'm actually happy with. Happy for them to do that. Just to try to capture some spies. As was said before, it'd be really cool to get ourselves a human spy, just so we can sell them back. So Boland's saying, are we able to expand anywhere? Any good candidates? There's not, but it doesn't matter. The only one really is the DDoS system. To take this at some point, but all it's going to do is drain our money, and so we need to really be looking at that as well. So we don't need to. You don't need to expand in this game. Like it's one of these things. Unlike other Space 4X's, yes, it can be handy when you get the right opportunity, but we don't actually have anything. We've got a few now, but these are low quality, and they're too far away anyway. So we can't actually get to those. The one that we can get to is this one here. This is build colony ship and colonize. It's 0% success chance, even though it's plus 16. We need it to be a lot higher. Now we have... Jump away. Come on, guys. Got iron damage. Gee, our ships are fast. Our ships are very, very fast. We're just not making a lot of money. Okay, the Mortlands are managed to escape. So trying to get the secure caves as well. Just let them continue to investigate those missions. I can just fully automate the fleets so that they don't ask me. There's another research, that's good. And we've now got hyperdrives as well. Now, playing as the WEKKARUS, I don't want to be paying for crash research because we get a bonus for that. So we'll just allow that one to go through, and then we'll go for the planetary governance, which will then get our money under control a lot more, which is important to us. We need to get the money happening, get rid of the corruption. Yeah, our money has not been great. It's going to get worse once we get this. You're saying, be right back. Hopefully no one dies while I'm making tea. I don't think so. It's pretty sedate. I'm almost tempted to start again because we just don't have anything really dangerous near us. All the danger is out here. So it's a long way away. Again, it's just the random nature of the game. I'll keep on going. Them friendlier and friendlier. Okay, there's another pirate ship down. 2 fleets there. They're heading back. The 3rd. Foreign mission thwarted. So Wunta Yamoto managed to escape our forces. So they're targeting us. Okay, Deep Labyrinth. A foreign spy, Wunta of the Mortal and military systems, has been detected operating against us. Our deep psychic skills have allowed us to intercept them before they could escape. Now you must choose their fate. What should we do with Wunta? Should we imprison them or execute them? I think we'll imprison this one. So this is where we use the Cthulhu nature of the WEKKARUS to we sort of can do. This is something that we actually have. Execute, says Klingzog. Well, up to you guys. Let me know in the chat. Execute or imprison. You can decide. It's entirely up on your shoulders. Falcons has gone execute as well. Roland saying imprison and turn double agent. I'm not going to be able to afford to make them into a marry them, says Monkastrap. Thumbs down, says Bobble. That's an execute. There we are. So any more executes than imprisons at this stage? That's going to really piss off the Mortallans. But anyway. And of course it is, if we did imprison them, it's a source of money if we needed them, but they're a long, long way away. I think we'll go with, you want the game to be harder? Yeah, okay, let's go and execute them. If we captured Yamoto, said they've been imprisoned for their crimes. That should have kicked in. Hang on, let me have a look. I did click on execute. No, they're gone. Yeah, they're gone. If we have a look at the diplomacy with the Mortallans, they didn't annoy them that we executed their guy. Not yet, anyway. Let's just let it run for a little bit. Oh, they're only -8. Only -8. It's still transferring. We do actually have this ambassador here now. Well, I'm starting to sort of feel that we've actually got, this is not going to be, like I'm trying to, there's another border there. There's another group. We're not going to have any real enemies. And again, that's just luck of the draw. I'll have to think about what we do for next week. Whether we... tomorrow I'm going to be playing Distant Worlds. Sorry, not Distant Worlds. Dwarf Fortress. And then I'll think about what to do with this. I mean, it's interesting, like with what's actually happened, but it's not going to be... Oh, here we go. We've completed repairs. This cruiser is actually now has been repaired, so we can investigate it. Now that we've actually done that, we can now investigate the Dreadful Rebellion, and we then take it. So we investigated this one. We're now in control of this particular cruiser. So the Dreadful Rebellion is now under our control. And if we have a look at this as a Fleet Command cruiser, it'll have a lot of stuff. Now we can't ever really sort of change it, but we can pull these apart. These ones cost 1,700 credits per year, which is not dramatically high, but this is a big Boscaran cruiser. Short-range sensor array, medium starfighter bay. It's got a Caldos hyperdrive, so it travels quickly. And what we might do is we might keep a few of these around. It's got an iron shield as well. All right, well, let's just go and add this one to the... well, actually, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to call this one I'm just going to name it. This is going to be... Actually, Voxter, sorry. Mr. Voxy needed to get a spy. But this will be Vinyl Rabbit. To make up for missing it yesterday. So that's now been... we can dismiss that one. And I'm going to put this one into the First Fleet. So I'm just going to go in and join this ship to the First Fleet. So Vinyl Rabbit will now be the biggest ship in our number one fleet. There we go. Now we have a lot of these other smaller ships as well. I'll just let them continue on. That was a pretty fast turnaround actually for a big ship like this. It normally takes a bit longer to get these. No fuel on it just yet, but that's the first of them from the graveyard. And we've got different attacks down this way as well. Eventually what we'll probably end up with is like a mini fleet of powerful ships from this location. Things I say, maybe Mortals just aren't as fussed about you killing their spies. It could be that. It could be that, actually. It's each faction does have certain things that do upset them and other things that don't. You know, like, for example, the Boscara, the bugs, they don't care much if you bombard planets. Let's continue on. I return. I missed the execution. Yes, it was executed, but nothing really much happened there. So me, myself, and I was saying, are you still getting research points from repairing those abandoned ships, or just assembling? I think it's just disassembling. I'm not sure if limited trade agreement pros the following. Decline that. They can offer it to me. If we have a look at the research, just see if we're picking stuff up. Enhanced storage, we've got a little bit, but I think we may have found that one. It's a little bit over there. A bit of research in through here as well. Improved frigates is being researched. Maybe we're picking this up by repairing them. Heavy armour is on the way. So we're getting a few things. High volume thrust, that's the Acceleros engines. Ablative energy shields, that'll be good to get. That's actually pretty close now. We can get that one fairly fast. We've got liquid energy storage in through here. This is a hydrocore capacitor. This is actually an interesting thing. It's unique for us. This one is a shield enhancement. It's only size 5, but it actually boosts what your shields do, which is actually pretty cool. It does take up a defense slot though. Rapid fire projectiles, that's just rail guns. Yeah, we're getting a few things here actually. But I'm not sure if it's because of the repairs or not. Uh-oh, who have we got over here? It's the humans. They've sent a big fleet out this way. Is that an invasion? No, it's a raiding fleet. But they may be coming in to take this over. Okay, we've got another cruiser. Alright, so we'll join this one to the first fleet as well. Why are they here? I was thinking they may know where the pirates are. We don't know where the other pirates are at all. Is this becoming too easy, this run? Should we start afresh? We're under construction here. So we've constructed just off to the side, just repairing this particular station. We're not going to have wars as such in any time soon. This is another cruiser. Oh, Klingzor has been detected after failing to steal research information on multi-target management from the Mortlands. Fortunately, they were able to escape, but the exposure of this mission will have diplomatic consequences. We don't care. We don't care about it. They're miles away. That's the trouble. We've got no one dangerous next to us. Before starting over, why not start a big war and see where it goes? Well, we can set that up. We don't really. There's no thematic way to do it, and oh, here we go. Spy thrillers has occurred at a figure calling the Human Coalition. Reports our diplomatic form of government has encouraged the enterprising spirit of our people. Okay, so they've got that one through there. Just missed that one. So the humans have declared war on the Daots. So the wars are all going to happen over here. We don't really have a reason to go to war with anyone. So it's not really. We don't have any neighbours that are going to be a problem. I should have cheated at the start to see who's around and if they're close enough, just to get a bit of a feel to, I mean, I would have loved to have the Boscarans right in here. Like, this would have been awesome. So I'm thinking for next week. So blame Klingzor and rage quit. Well, I do have to get going pretty soon. What I can do is, I was even thinking that we let the game play for like 30 years or something like that, just in complete automation, and then take over for next week or something like that, just so that we've got a something that's going to be happening. Propose a gift. Decline that. We don't want to be too friendly. I will go and change gifts back again. Oh, maybe we still go this way. No, they're not super friendly with us. Yeah, look, I'll let it go. The First Fleet is very, very powerful now, but we just can't find where those pirates are operating from. Or is that them? No. Yeah, Bjorstein looking forward to Dwarf tomorrow. Yes, Dwarf Fortress. Hi, Star Mage. How you going? You could start with large expansion and low tech levels. Yeah, I did that pretty much. I allowed the AI to have like largish areas, but we just didn't have anyone nearby. So I think next week we might even start again. But what I might do is I might actually make sure that we have enemies. Because I think this is all, now that we've found this ship graveyard as well, it's just all going to get a bit too easy. But it was good to see what these things have. Great Direction Richer. So they've got that happening. That's the Artux. Oh, they've got a military, hang on, investigate that one, dismiss, and then we've got this one, accept this treaty. Military refueling, this is going to allow us to use their station as a refueling point. That's still just a raiding fleet, strike force. The humans are operating out this way. Yeah, they still want 79,000 for that. Oh, actually, what I could do is give them these splinter hulls. Only got 40,000. And they accept this deal. They will likely accept that deal. I might just grab this one now. What do you think of this deal? There we are. So we accept that one. That's what that's going to do is it's just going to give me long-range scanners at that location. Decline that one now. And so if we go and turn on the long-range scanners, we now have got long-range scanners in this area as well as in this area. So we're now going to be able to see anything coming through. But I do have to get going, and but I am thinking that this is probably going to be a little bit boring from this point forward. In fact, what we might do is we might just quickly have a look and see is there any sort of threat here at all, and I just can't see it. Just go back across into the game editor. Yeah, no, there's not. There's not. Yeah, we've got Tikans down there. There are Boscara back in through here. That's it. Harkonish by the looks. Yeah, Harkonish out that way. I'm not sure who that is out that way. There's the Mortallans, the Daots. So I think this is going to be way too easy. So what I think I'll do is I'll exit the editor. So yeah, that's just, and I might do that. Let's just see if we can manufacture a game before I go that we can then play for like a bit of time before I start recording again. So if I just go back out, I'll save this one, even though it's going to become too easy. This is what I tend to do with these games: is play to a point where the story is just not going to be the story anymore. Because we don't have anything interesting to do. So we'll just go back out to the main menu. And again, I like the fact that the game does that. It's a random game. Ray for Blades is saying, if I wanted to get into, it's got DS, I think you mean Distant Worlds. Go with Distant Worlds 2, or we'll start with Distant Worlds 1. I would definitely go Distant Worlds 2. Distant Worlds 1 is like, yeah, it was a great game in its era, but Distant Worlds 2 is definitely the better game. Like not even close. It's an amazing game. So let's go and start a new game. I think I'll still keep it pretty compressed at the 300 stars. I do like this, and I'll keep it fairly tight with the 4x4 sectors. I'll keep it expanding, level 1, unstable. I'll ramp the difficulty up to hard. The hostile players, I'll go many, so we'll make it difficult this way. Research will keep with these things. Their threats, I'll just keep them the same as what we've had. Normal, abundant, yep, 150. We'll keep on playing as the WEKKARUS. I really do like them a lot, like a hell of a lot. We'll play as a monarchy. We'll just keep that one going as well. We'll go the trying system again. We'll go young, so we only have a limited number of colonies, level 1, and I'll try to play, I'll just go random, doesn't really matter where we are. Other empires, we've got 10 other empires. Let's just see what we end up with this time. So you're starting, we'll just go to victory conditions. I'm going to turn off colony events because that's the plagues, and they become annoying. Just go that way. This is how I can make it so we end up with a victory very, very early on by changing that threshold and dragging that one backwards. Sometimes 60% is good, but yeah, let's just do that. Start a game. We'll just see where we are. So, so Vulcan's saying, isn't there a screen where you can set up some of the empires that are closer? Yes, you can. But here we go. This is okay. We've got what we want. We've got Boscara, and that's it. We know we're going to have a fun game now. And so where we started off, we still start off on the outer edge. Just click on Get Started, and Boscara Swarm has been encountered. And so this is now, we know we're going to end up with some interest. So and we also have the WEKKARUS as well. We'll dismiss that. Just pause this one. So I'll just get rid of these. Now, we are playing in amongst all of, like, we don't have a very big area. This is going to make it very, very difficult. What don't we have? Polymer. We don't have any sources of polymer. So polymer is going to be the problem. So what I can now do is I can set the game up to I'll set it up to just play. I'm going to go to the beach, and I'm just going to let this game play out, and then I'll see what we end up inheriting when I get back from the beach in a couple of hours' time. So if I go across into my automation settings, policy, advisors, and we're just going to change this one to rule in absence. So everything is going to be automated. Now it still doesn't quite work. Because what we then need to do is we need to stop the game from asking us questions. So what we're going to be doing here is going to the game menu, go to settings, and we just need to go into, which one is it? I don't do this all that often. It's not there. Maybe it's somewhere else. I'm going to stop it from pausing. Funny, I thought it was in here somewhere. Suppress pop-up messages. Yeah, where's that? Oh, there it is, yes. So this one here, suppress pop-up messages. When turned on, prevents many types of pop-up messages from appearing. Note that to completely prevent blocking messages, you also need to use the following exploration settings in Empire Policy. Investigate ruins should be set to no report. Yeah, and so all of those things need to be no report. So we're going to suppress those. Yes, so this one just allows me to walk away and not worry about the game. So we're going to go and that's that one through there. And if I just go back in, just return to the game, under exploration. So investigate ruins is no report. Investigate. So investigate ruins, investigate with no report, and investigate abandoned ships, investigate with no report. That way there's no pop-ups at all. You need to click apply, not the, oh, did I click it? So thank you for that. Otherwise I would have headed off and not known what was going on. So if I just go, that's all messages, go back to settings. Thank you. Thanks for that. Yeah, so that's, I'll just double check that. Yep, so suppressing the pop-up messages. I've just got to undo that when I bring it back. So all we now do is return to the game. I don't have any control over any of this stuff anymore, so let's just unpause the game and go to 8 times speed. So we're still going to get messages appearing, but we don't know what's going to go on. And the game will now just play at 8 times speed. I'm not in any sort of control. And we'll just see what we inherit after a few hours of gameplay. So it will just do its own thing. Everything will be automated. So this is actually, again, this is another way to even play the game. Okay, we found a different border there. I will watch it do its thing for a little while. Be off saying, check the chat. Yeah, I'm not sure which one you're referring to. A few hours at 8 times speed next to Boscara might be a lost game. It might be. Could very well be. Very possibly, actually. So we're just letting the game now just play itself. We're under attack by something. I can still see what's going on. Yeah, by Gravelex. Come across the humans. To take that one back. And we're finding different resources, scenery. There we go. Got another group over there. Foreign agents. Okay, they're stealing pulse wave weapons. Don't have any spies at this stage. We're building more ships. Let's put them back to default. So the game is just rattling on now. It's have to be the Ikaru, I'm guessing. Yep, that's Ikaru there. Humans over this way. So again, there's still maybe a bit mild, actually, with what we have, even though it said we had Boscara nearby. I'm not seeing them. Oh, here we go. I've captured a foreign agent from the Ikarus. Okay, we're giving gifts. Lots of discoveries. And so the game is playing extremely quickly. Now that plague shouldn't be there. Got Teekans as well. Trade agreements with them already. Enhanced sensors already. Still trying to get the hyperdrive. Okay, there we go. That's the Teekans in the middle of the system. So it's all happening extremely quickly. Things are saying, yeah, my money is on Dad's coming back and he's dead already. I don't know, like the Boscara, I'm not seeing them anywhere. I don't know where they are. So there may not be anything to really worry about here. Planetary energy weapons? How do we get the other? It's interesting. Did we already pick up? We already got the hyperdrive technology. That was pretty fast. I wouldn't bother with the planetary energy weapons, but anyway, that's what they're going with. Oh, it might be riches from the deep. Rising crystal. Yeah, I'm not sure what we ended up with. New spies appeared. Trade agreements with the Teekans. Not really having much going on here. Yeah. Stomach saying at least the children will have lasers to defend them. New Admiral has appeared. I've only got the one system this time. But anyway, I think I'll actually call it quits here, guys. But it's sort of, it's kind of weird. Kind of weird that AI goes for a 72-year research. I think it is. It's a very strange decision. Very strange. Like it's the last one. I mean, I can step in and tell it to do other things, but that is a very, very strange decision. I mean, we haven't got we haven't got spaceports or anything like that. There is a Boscara mine there. So they've got a mining station at Houston. Oh, I was going to change the that mod as well and get rid of these silly names. Yeah, I might start again as well, but I won't record it. Anyway, guys, I'll get going now, and we'll be back next week for a lot more Distant Worlds, I think, as in the lead into the DLC being released. So anyway, I'm going to leave it there, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.